Welcome back and welcome to another Algebra 1 Do Homework with me. I promised you that I'm going to help you with the word problems. Let us get started. Wall poster. Pause the video, read the question all by yourself, and we can discuss it together. We're considering buying a square wall poster. Let's illustrate. Square. Okay, and what is a square? And this is square. These little tick marks tell us all four sides congruent. And this symbol tell us each of them is 90 degrees. Therefore, this is a square. That has area. Area means we're going to cover it all. If we cover it all, that's called area. So area of the square, okay, is what? Area of square is a side length squared. That's the formula. And we can plug it in. See what we have. This is what we get. That's the area. Ask us to find a side length. Alright, this is a setup. And then how do you find the side length? You're going to take the square root. Remember, you can use calculator. And also remember, the distance must be a positive. Therefore, we take the positive square root. All right, I'm going to leave the rest to you. You can go ahead and find the answer, okay? Our job today is to discuss the idea and the verbal model and how do we set up. Okay, if you truly understood the previous question, this question, it's the same type question. Square and area. So write down the area of the square. I'm going to draw a little square, tick mark, and 90 degrees, and is a side squared. And we have area is 1296 equals how many is the side length? Of course, you're going to take the square root each side. And go ahead, feel free, use the calculator. Technology help us to do our work quickly. Okay? Alright, that is the square type of question. Okay, for this flower bed question, I'm going to show you a really cool way to do that. It's something you're going to learn from geometry, or maybe you already taken geometry class. And if you have already taken geometry class, did you remember? We have a very special triangle. This is 90 degrees, and this guy is 45 degrees. This guy is 45 degrees. If we know this side length is x, this is also x. So this is x, this is also x. Then how do we find, let me get a different color. How do we find this longest side, which is called hypotenuse? We simply say this is x times square root 2. That's how we find it. If you say, I have never taken geometry before, this is the first time I say it. Now let me say it one more time for you. Say, here is a square. If it's a square, this is 90 degrees. Let me get a different color so we can see better. This is 90 degrees. Right? Square. That's 90 degrees. If I put a diagonal here, immediately I will have a special right triangle. Each of this angle is 45 degrees. This is 45, this is 45. It has a special triangle rule. 90 degree, 45, 45, which means these two legs have equal length. 5 feet, 5 feet. And this diagonal, let me get the light green back, diagonal is simply side length times square root 2. All done. As simple as that. Okay, let us continue. Let us continue. Please read this question all by yourself. Then we can discuss. This is actually another geometry question. And this one, I'm really confident you know how to do it because this is about a rectangle. Rectangle area is length times width. So we say area, length times width. Do we know the area? Yes, we do. Plug it in. And do we know the length? We don't know. We're going to find out. Plug it in. And width, 12. Very good. One step, you're going to find out the length. You use division. You divide by 12 each side. Okay? All right. We continue. Speed skating. This is our mostly practiced question called distance equals time times speed. Speed is rate question. Now, do we know the distance? It's right here. So we plug it in. Distance, 500 meter. And do we know the time? Yes, time is here. We're going to plug in the time, seconds. And ask us average speed, that is rate. We need to check it here. Make sure the unit are good. Yes, it gives us meter, gives us second. Ask us to find the meter per second. Then all we need to do is to do a division. Then we'll be done. All right, we have a part-time job. What do? We spend this many of means multiplication. So 3 over 5, 3/5 of what? Of your total work time. What is my total work time? I stock shelves. Total work time is 20. That's it. Okay, and this is basically a translation question. You can read English, you can translate into math using numbers and symbols, and you are done. The keyword is up. Okay, now let us discuss our output and input. Function. What is a function? In our chapter 1, lesson 1617, we learned a function. Function is a relation. We have input, we have output. So input, we use X. Output, we use Y. Now we start to translate. The output function means the Y. Is 5, that's 5. More than is plus, right? 2 times multiplication. Okay, so that is your function. Continue. Find the input when output is 17. Output is Y. So 17, 5 plus 2x. Ask you, can you solve for x? Oh, whoops. I need to erase this because it looks a little bit strange. And so, of course, you can solve for x. All right? We continue with our input and output. Remember, output function, we use Y. Is equals 10 is 10. More than 4 times is multiplication. Times what? Input is x. Find the input means, can you find what x is? When y is what? Negative 26. And go ahead, solve for x. All right.